For many, this journey around rethinking how we're working and doing is quite in its inception now. We're quite early on, and so much has arisen since COVID and since the lockdown. Suddenly we were still, or suddenly we weren't having to travel to the office. Suddenly, so much came into focus about what was truly real and important for us, what our priorities were: our health, our joy, our loved ones, our children. And so we've been questioning, do we want to go back to the job? Do we want to live life at the pace that we've been living life or not? And I want to say right off the bat, this is about responsibility as much as it's about freedom. I speak all of these with the complete acknowledgement that this topic can be a really big one for us because it is attached to money, it is attached to our sense of safety, to our lower energy centers connecting down with the earth, with flow of abundance and nourishment, and often worthiness in the world. And I'm not opening to this lightly. So take a breath with that. This is spoken with the full acknowledgement that we have a responsibility to our bodies, to our lives, to our children, to our world. We are living in this 3D realm where we need to eat. We need to have a roof over our head, right? Through some means or another, we need to have a flow of abundance coming. And I say all of this with complete acknowledgement and in alignment with that. And I'm also talking today about responsibility to our health and our well-being and to the flourishing of our planet and to our children and what we're teaching them about how important and possible it is to live lives that are easeful and flowing and delicious and healthful and vital and joyous and abundant. Yes, and especially when it comes to work and activity. So take a breath with that. My journey with this really started in earnest. I think it's a little longer than 12 years ago when my body was saying no. My head was not happy about my body saying no because I was in a very successful and quite fast-paced career as an actress. I had all kinds of things in my schedule and my to-do list. I was very happy with the plan that my head had about where I was going, and my body was saying no. And after a number of years of resisting her no, I began to drop in and listen and see and open to what she was saying no to. And I began to hear that some of it was about the kind of work I was doing, the way in which I was showing up for work as an actress, as a creative producing being. It was about the pace in which I was living life. And I don't know the journeys that you guys are on. Hopefully I'll find out some about that today. But for me, I'd come from a very loving family lineage, which had some very particular ideas about work. Work is hard. There is a lot to do. A lot of life involves doing shit you don't want to do. So you just got to buck up and suck up and do it. And the more together and solid and hard and tense and fast you can be, probably the better, because then you can get through the bits you hate without noticing. But it was also very visionary. And I was also brought up by people who taught me that the world is what we make it, which is true. So I had all of this dancing inside of me, and my body was saying no. And my body, when I listened more clearly, was saying, please, I need you to slow down. I need more rest. I need more freedom and spaciousness and play and nourishment of my joy bones, of my tickle muscle, of my inner child, of my inner baby, of my grown woman who had such vision that really could not be brought into the world within the life and the structure that I'd been living. And a part of me was freaking terrified because it didn't believe in there being another way. Didn't believe that I could take rest. I didn't believe that I could step off the path that I've been on and truly go as off-piste as I have gone. It didn't believe in the magic that was about to happen in my life, where I would drop into my body and follow my felt sense and be led to the most wonderful places, to the most wonderful experiences, to the most incredible evolution, to the most delicious, enlivening experiences. But before any of that was present, I had to get present with the fear and the voices that just said, this is not possible. This is not how life is. You can't stop. And of course, I was led to the exact right people who could start to show me the other way, who could start to say to me things like, yeah, your body needs rest and she deserves it. And yeah, it'll be all right. In fact, it's going to be even more than all right. It's going to be everything that you desire to feel in your life, all of the abundance and the nourishment and the love and the togetherness that you've desired to experience, the creativity, the magic, the money, the know-how, the unfolding of the path is going to come to you with even more ease and even more opulence and abundance. When you let go, when you start to listen to your body, when you start to flow and trust, because the truth is you're not alone. The truth is you're part of this vast universe that's here to support you, that has absolutely got your back. And the universe is going to be with you no matter what. And she can have a real role in your life and bring that magic and that abundance and that joy and that health in even more strongly when you align with your body first. Okay. So this session today, it's not about finding every answer and overhauling your whole life. Although if there are big shifts that want to come in, this is welcome. It's about you tuning into your real soul's knowing that says yes to the abundance, yes to the rest, yes to living life in a way that feels really manageable, yes to flow, and yes to incredible ways of being coming into your life that you have not even yet thought of, because together we're rewriting the script. This is a really, really leading edge conversation that we're having. This is new for human beings to be saying, we got to change how we do things. I got to change how I am arranging my life. I got to follow my body. I need to do my work differently. I have to trust that money's going to come in even and especially when I do that. And I'm just briefly now going to share some images and a few more words. So here we go. I thought we'd bring in some of our playful dolphin friends because they have so much to teach us about living life for pleasure. I thought this was a really ideal image about how so many of us can believe work is, and how life and doing what we need to do in life is just supposed to feel. Throw it out. This piece of the lineage. This image and these words here came in. This is actually a quote from Eat, Pray, Love. Elizabeth Gilbert. She's talking about when she just has to stop in her life. When she says she doesn't want to be married anymore. She doesn't want to have children. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's incredibly depressed. She's like, I just had to sit down in the road and say, I cannot walk one more step on my own. And she says, I keep thinking about those women, the women who in the past could not have done that because nobody would have listened. Nobody would have come and helped. Now, I don't know if it's true that if they'd sat down and said, I will not walk another step alone, they wouldn't have been helped. That's not really the point. The point is now that we will and we are. This is the time. This is the time to tune into your body's needs and say and honor and align with what your body is asking for unapologetically, because the universe has got your back. You are so supported to do this. So I'm bringing this image again here because when I saw this randomly on Google, I was like, that looks like one of my ancestors. Again, I spoke about my lineage, and I wonder what your lineage is. What's your journey? What lessons have you been taught in the past about work and doing and exhaustion and rest? And I wrote some words to go with this picture, so I'm going to read them now. My body, this one vessel, contains knowings from before. Cells halting, throat constricting with a no. And it isn't my constriction, but that of a woman in a black dress. Stiff-shouldered and nipped in waist, slumped at the edge of a market stall. Too tired to cry. She who could not stop, could not speak, perhaps nobody would have listened if she had. She who came to the point of exhaustion, depletion, utter exasperation, ready, so ready for moonbeams once more, gaspingly thirsting for a quenching dip in that pool of replenishment which whispers, yes, rest, you are held, and now's the time. Together we will release the posies of thorned blooms we have clung to, because now is the time for possibility, for responsibility to our hearts and wombs and bones and children, just in time to show them the way, that the ways are endless. By saying no. No to panic. No to overdoing, to under pressure, tight jaw, hip gripped, stressing. Yes to fresh air to our bones, lung beating aliveness. The courage to plot a new map to take the other way. Joy, ease, freedom, flow, trust, and trust some more. Oh, yes. So now is the time for rebirthing. We are deeply supported to honor our embodied truths right now, to let the old ways go and to welcome the new. So today we step into this magic, and I'm going to support you to open to your version of this magic, to open to your body's truth, your body's needs, and what she's needing around how you're structuring your life, how you're doing and being and resting, whether you find yourself in a place of exhaustion right now, whether you find yourself in a place of inspiration and really, really ready to step on this path, onto this other way, onto this new way, to harness your creative power. And I'm going to support you to find out exactly how you're being guided to do that right now in a really easeful way.